The goal. MTech, I learned many valuable things for me, and since this is a podcast or a vodcast even. Example of this is self-made data, which is approach and requires more time for you to need to ask around, like send email or research online and all that gig. Another example is data resources. This is the easiest way to gather information like to get ready, like what I'm doing now. I also learned many things like how to use a Canva and many types of infographics. Statistical infographics which show a summary or an overview of data. Timeline infographics show a progress information and so much more kinds of infographics. Like geographical infographics. I also learned about different like Web 1.0, Web 2.0, which we are currently using, and also Web 3.0. Also, this is one of my eureka moments that I actually thought that we are in 3.0, which is the AI, but we are actually in Web 2.0. This is my fun learning experience. Since basically Web 3.0 is an AI that can control our lives, and Web 2.0 basically use a comment section replying, and Web 1.0 is basically the first gen who only uses a text only that lasted 1989 to 2005. Another eureka moments for me is the different behaviors, which is 12 that in a summary, that is how different types of people or digital citizenship act, at least in my perspective. And I'm practically one of them. Also, the new ideas for MTech, if in the future, is how or what kind of software are we going to use to animate? Because I got tons of recommendations for me. That's all, and thank you for listening, ma'am. This is Lim Alia Mayet for section Banatao ICT Animation.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So, I'll be talking about what I've learned in empowerment technologies in this second quarter. So, I've learned that there are 12 different behaviors in social media, in which I've found really amusing to know, because it's like those videos on YouTube that are called 10 different types of people, students, customers, and a lot more. I also learned a lot from these digital citizenship principles, in which they teach or remind us on how to be careful and sensitive when using social media. Like, a few percentage of people get their accounts hacked very easily due to their weak password. There are also people making fake accounts and claiming themselves as other people. And they might befriend us, scam us, or even do bad intentions. We need to be sensitive on who we're tagging and ask permission to that person before doing it. Same thing goes when it comes to posting pictures of our friends for privacy purposes. We can also use social media to open up if we're being bullied or using cyberbullying against us. I also learned how to target different people depending on the infographic that I'm gonna make. At first, I thought I can only make infographics using a laptop or a PC, but our subject teachers introduced us to this mobile app called Canva, and we can use this app to make design posters, lists, and infographics by just using our phones. So that's pretty much what I've learned, and my name's Van Bermudo from ICT Banatao, and that's all.
In this quarter, I learned a lot in the subject empowerment technology. First, I learned how to differentiate Web 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. I also learned about advocacy plan, and the importance of it. Afterwards, our teacher introduced us the topic about rich multimedia elements. Next, we discussed about infographics. We learned how to make it, the different types of it. Also about the audience profiling, then I also understand the topic about digital citizenship and the 9 elements of it. In our last meeting, Miss Joanne taught us how to make a website using Weebly. I learned a lot in this quarter. All of the topics that we've discussed this quarter will surely help me to become a great IT specialist.
This second quarter of MTech taught me and my classmates various lessons on the diversity and evolution of Web 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. On the other hand, as we have been taught by our great teachers for a long time, we were able to explore multimedia and ICT, as well as the principle of interactivity and rich content in the context of Web 2.0 and the participation of the user in the online experience. The sharing of the anecdotes using ICT tools for social movements, change, or cause to illustrate aspects of digital citizenship. And as we also clarified how to use Canva and other type of infographics. Also the development of an advocacy plan that guided us students to expand knowledge with ICT tools that can help through social media platforms.